Yes, so intellect once again. So today I'm coming up with an advanced level FRS question that deals with heritage issues in Judaism.
All questions that deal with the heritage, they want you to first define heritage. And we have agreed that heritage, it includes beliefs, traditions, ceremonies, sacred places, and whatsoever that have been passed from one generation to another generation. Are we together? Zvinhu zvinopasirana, that's heritage izvoreva nhaka. So the question demands candidates to agree on the fact that there were several individuals in Judaism. There were several individuals in Judaism that have destroyed Israel's heritage. However, on the other hand, good candidates are to show individuals who have maintained Israel's heritage. So what we must do is, in your introduction, you must define the key term heritage, and we must also highlight individuals who have destroyed Israel's heritage, and also individuals who have maintained or who have tried to revive Israel's heritage or to maintain it. Are we together? So most of the time, many candidates, they would like to disagree with the given notion. But it is not wise for you to do that, because always, if you can take a closer look in any marking scheme, hapana paunombona marking scheme ku Zimsec kana kuti Zimsec painouya ukabata blue book inotaura kuti question zvayabvunzwa tiri kutanga tichiiramba titori nemapoints abvunzwa always anenge akawanda. But for you to have my answers, you need to be an individual who is very analytic and resourceful. Chinonzi advanced level kuva munhu andi iwewo resourceful pazvinhu zvake. Iva munhu anogona kuresearcha nyaya dzese kuti apa paitika so. So for instance, we have got points to note here. We have got individuals who have destroyed Israel heritage. For instance, we have got Ahab and Jezebel. So in your explanation, you are going to explain that Ahab and Jezebel, they have destroyed Israel heritage by bringing in Baal worship in Israel. Whereby Baal worship, as it was introduced, there was now religious apostasy in Israel. What are we talking about by the term religious apostasy? Religious apostasy, it is a point whereby there's an introduction of the worshipping of idols as well as pane worshipping of God, but vanhu vachitoziva kutoti kuworshipa maidols zvinhu zviri bad. They've destroyed Israel heritage. And also we have got Zedekiah and his 400 prophets. What happened to Zedekiah and his 400 prophets? They've managed to vakaunza false prophets, and elders elders in Isaiah chapter 8 abandoned the tradition of Israel being a theoretic nation by demanding a king. Andika ndozvimwe zvakatika apa tikuti Zedekiah vakanyepa vainyepa. Then topedza tine elders. If you can open Isaiah chapter 8, uchaona kuti vakaudzwa prophecy yavanga vaudzwa na Isaiah. Andika then elders ari muIsrael vakatanga kudimanda kuti no, isusu tiri kutoda umwe king, totoda kuti tinge takadai zvakatinakira. Then toenda pana Saul. He was the king in Israel. And he offered a sacrifice. Paida kuendwa kuhondo iye ndobva instead yekuti titi hanzani prophet and Samuel ndiye offer sacrifice, iye akabva offer sacrifice iye achiti nini prophet varamba kuti tiende kuhondo, inini ndakuto offer sacrifice kuna Mwari tigoenda kuhondo tega. Totese chii chaitika, he disputes the duties of a priest maduties aya aifanira kunge ari apriest, then he himself have taken authority unto himself, of which zvaisabvumidzwa under Israel commitment kuti king adaro. Then toenda pana Jeroboam the second. Jeroboam the second, he was the king who ruled nguva ipi? Jeroboam 2 akarola nguva yano. He ruled during the time of Amos. When Jeroboam the second was on the kingship, he introduced what we call cultural pollution. How did the cultural pollution, alright, aka evolve time ya Amos na time futian ya Hosea munoziva. So apa pakatika cultural pollution, why? Jeroboam the second, ukaverenga according to Amos chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, it is said that in Israel there was now a profitable trade, and the people in Israel, they were benefiting more kubva kutrade yo. But as this foreign trade was introduced in Israel, they started to worship the foreign gods, because these individuals from Persia, from Damascus, from whatsoever, especially from Syria and Assyria, they were saying for you to have good relation in Amata. Then Jeroboam the second, he agreed on that, and he destroyed Israel heritage. Then to ipapo toenda pana Ahaz, according to Isaiah chapter 7. Ahaz, what he did, Isaiah chapter, in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, and the Lord said, go forth to meet Ahaz, you and Shejasab your son, at the end of the conduit on the upper point, the highway, and say to him, take heed, be quiet, do not fear, and do not let your heart be faint. But instead of Ahaz agreeing to what the prophet had instructed him, not to engage in Syro-Ephraimite alliance, not to worry about the fact that Judah was going to destroy him, he despised the prophets of the king and of the prophet. Here is a king, and the kings were well known kuti vaipuwa advice nema prophets. But here he did not take seriously the advice yakapuwa nani na Isaiah, according to Isaiah chapter 7 arapa munonoverenga ndangoti muzviona. Then tobva ipapo toenda pana Amaziah. He attacked Amos at Bethel. What happens at this event? What happened is Amos, he attacked Amaziah. Why Amaziah is being attacked? Amaziah was a chief priest who was at Bethel, that is the northern kingdom in Israel. As Amaziah was a priest, he was being corrupt. He was involved in cultic prostitution, bribery, and whatsoever. All bad habits. Aisabvumidzwa nzaitwe na priest Amaziah aimaita sei aimaita. Then Amos akatoenda, according to Amos chapter 6 or 7 if I'm not mistaken, ndobva aenda achiti no zvauri kuita zvimwari havaite sei havazvide nizvoka. Then iye anonzani Amaziah ndobva atanga kuataka Amos kuti bva kuno we are not a northerner, we are a southerner. Saka atiterere mashoko aunoita sei aunotaura, of which according to Israelite standards it was not allowed for mapriest and whatsoever kuti vanhu vaite maconflict vachinyanyorurana nyaya yemaethical standards emunyika. Taurirana. Then topedza toenda pana Ahab, he broke himself the Israel ethical conduct or even heritage. How he wanted to bought the land which was not supposed to be bought, because according to the Mosaic covenant, land belonged to Yahweh and no one has the ability to buy land. But after that, Ahab arikwenda achinouraya Naboth kuti wandinyimirechi vineyard. So he managed all these individuals, they destroys Israel heritage because of their behavior. Then however, despite that all the above mentioned individuals, they've destroyed Israel heritage because of their behavior. We can take note of individuals who have maintained Israel heritage. Togonototangana Abraham. Abraham, he was the one who brought Israel heritage because he was given a promised land. Why? According to Genesis chapter 10, he agreed to move from the land of his forefathers into the promised land for himself and his grandsons. And those are guys. Then to end up on Moses, he liberated the Israelites out of yoke of bondage of Pharaoh after 40 years. And the Israelites, they were brought back to their land again. handika. Then toenda pana Samuel. What did Samuel do? He anointed Saul as the first king of Israel. It was the now heritage yavo, handika. Then toenda pana Nathan. He rebuked King David for breaking ethical conduct. Why he have killed Uriah, handika, achida kumutorera mukadzi wake ani Bathsheba, handika. Then taenda pana Elijah. He slaughtered the 450 prophets of Baal because they were now introducing Baal worship, which is now known as religious apostates. They've introduced the religious sancretism in Israel, and Elijah has rebuked it by executing them. Then taenda pana Amos. Amos, he was condemned bribery in courts. He was condemning the selling of the poor for a pair of shoes, and as well as he was condemning Israel's sins through his marriage. He have sacrificed to use his marital life in order to preach the gospel to the Israelites so that Israel's heritage could be maintained forever. Whereby Taiti Hosea was representing God, while Goma Wakarora I represent Madidza aitwa nechi nema Israelites. So ndo maanzero aitwa question.